माननीय सभासदों, माननीय अध्यक्ष जी,
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
This August House is scheduled to take up an important item of the legislative business, the tabling, discussion and consideration of Delimitation Bill 2026. As members are aware, the process of delimitation holds significant constitutional and democratic importance. It pertains to readjustment and rationalization of the allocation of seats and the redrawing of the constituencies based on the latest demographic and administrative consideration to ensure fair and equitable representation. Before we proceed, I would like to remind this House that the objective of this bill is to strengthen the principle of one person, one vote, one value, thereby ensuring that representation in this House remains balanced, transparent, and reflective of the current population distribution. Honorable members are requested to maintain order and decorum. The House will first take up item number 1 on the agenda. I call upon the Honorable Member Swaranjali Vishe to come forward, take the oath, or make.
Hello, thank you, ma'am. I, Swaranjali Vishe, do solemnly affirm that I will uphold Constitution of India, respect democratic values and parliamentary traditions, and faithfully discharge my duties as a member of Digital Yuva Sansad. I shall maintain the dignity and the decorum of House, participate in debates with integrity and respect, and always place the interest of nation above personal interest. I pledge to work for the empowerment of youth, promote constructive dialogue, and contribute towards building a stronger and more informed democracy. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable members, the House will now proceed to the next stage of the business. The question before this House is that leave be granted to introduce the Delimitation Bill 2026 and that it be taken up for consideration. Honorable members, this is a motion for the introduction of the bill. The bill is now open for decision of this House. Those who are in favor of the motion may signify by saying aye.
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 Those who are against the motion may signify by saying no.
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 Those who wish to abstain may kindly indicate accordingly. I think the A's have it, and the A's have it. The motion is carried on the Delimitation Bill 2026 stands introduced. I now call upon the Honorable Minister Shreya ji to present the bill.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, लोकतंत्र की पहचान केवल चुनाव नहीं बल्कि समान प्रतिनिधित्व है. Today, I rise to present before this august house a historic and far-reaching legislation, the Delimitation Bill 2026. This is not an ordinary legislative proposal. It is a constitutional obligation and a democratic necessity. Ma'am, India has witnessed unprecedented changes over the last several decades. Population patterns have changed, urban centers have expanded, new districts have been created, and migration has changed the overall democratic profile of our country. Yet, in many parts of the country, our electoral boundaries continue to reflect circumstances that existed decades ago. बदलते भारत के साथ हमारी लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था का भी बदलना उतना ही आवश्यक है. A democracy can remain vibrant only when representation remains fair. Honorable Speaker, ma'am, the Constitution makers with great foresight incorporated provisions under Articles 82 and 170, empowering the Parliament to undertake delimitation after the census. Today, through this bill, the government is fulfilling that constitutional responsibility. The bill provides for the constitution of an independent delimitation commission headed by a person who is or has been a judge of the Supreme Court. The Election Commission and the concerned election commissioner shall also be members, ensuring complete impartiality and institutional clarity. Ma'am, some honorable members may attempt to portray this exercise as political. मैं इस सदन के माध्यम से एक स्पष्ट चीज बोलना चाहती हूँ. यह राजनीति का नहीं, संविधान का प्रश्न है. Delimitation is not an exercise of political convenience. It is an exercise of constitutional compliance. The government will not decide constituency boundaries. The government will not decide reservation of constituencies. The government will not decide the allocation of seats. यह कार्य एक स्वतंत्र कमीशन करेगा जो केवल और केवल संविधान और कानून के अनुसार कार्य करेगा. These responsibilities shall be discharged independently by the Delimitation Commission, strictly in accordance with the Constitution and the law. Honorable Speaker, ma'am, the bill also provides framework for implementing reservation for women in the Lok Sabha and legislative assemblies through the delimitation process, thereby strengthening inclusive representation in our democratic institutions. Every proposal of the Commission shall be published. Public objections shall be invited. Public sittings shall be held wherever necessary. Every single stakeholder shall have an opportunity to place his or her views before the Commission. This government believes that transparency strengthens democracy. Ma'am, the objective of this legislation is simple: to ensure that every citizen is represented fairly, to ensure that every constituency reflects present day realities, to ensure that India's democratic institutions remain strong for generations to come. यह विधेयक किसी दल का नहीं, पूरे देश के लिए है. This bill is above party politics. It concerns the future of India's parliamentary democracy. With these words, Honorable Speaker, ma'am, I commend the Delimitation Bill 2026 to this august house and request all honorable members to participate constructively in the discussion and extend their support to this important legislation. आइए हम सब मिलकर भारत के लोकतंत्र को और प्रातिनिधिक, समावेशी और स्वच्छ बनाएं. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, ma'am.
एक व्यक्ति एक
मजबूत संसद मजबूत भारत, मजबूत संसद मजबूत भारत,
मजबूत संसद
मजबूत संसद मजबूत भारत,
मजबूत संसद मजबूत भारत, मजबूत संसद मजबूत भारत.
Maintain the decorum of the house.
समर्थन है इस बिल को.
I shall call upon the honorable members one by one to present their views. Members requested to call Honorable Member Lokesh Sharma to address the House.
Thank you, Speaker ma'am. I would like to draw the attention of this house to one important aspect of delimitation. आज मैं डिलिमिटेशन के एक ऐसे पहलू की बात करना चाहता हूं जिस पर मेरे विचार से हमें सबसे ज्यादा ध्यान देना चाहिए, और वह है नेशनल यूनिटी एंड कोऑपरेटिव फेडरलिज्म। हम सभी जानते हैं कि भारत सिर्फ राज्यों का समूह नहीं है, बल्कि अलग अलग भाषाओं, संस्कृतियों और पहचान के बावजूद एक परिवार की तरह जुड़ा हुआ देश है। ऐसे देश में हर बड़ा फैसला सिर्फ कानून का विषय नहीं होता, बल्कि विश्वास का भी विषय होता है। मेरे विचार से डिलिमिटेशन का उद्देश्य किसी राज्य को आगे या पीछे करना नहीं है। इसका उद्देश्य यह सुनिश्चित करना है कि बदलते समय के साथ हमारी लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था भी संतुलित और प्रभावी बनी रहे। जब केंद्र और राज्य एक दूसरे के प्रतिद्वंदी नहीं बल्कि साझेदार बनकर आगे बढ़ते हैं, तभी कोऑपरेटिव फेडरलिज्म की भावना मजबूत होती है। और जब हर राज्य को यह भरोसा होता है कि उसकी आवाज लोकतांत्रिक प्रक्रिया में सम्मान के साथ सुनी जाएगी, तभी नेशनल यूनिटी भी मजबूत होती है। A strong India is built when every state feels respected and every citizen feels represented. इसी विश्वास के साथ मैं डिलिमिटेशन बिल का पूर्ण समर्थन करता हूं। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you, Honorable Sir. Next, I call upon Honorable Member Aruna S. Honorable Member Aruna. Please unmute your mic.
Yeah. Honorable Speaker, ma'am.
Please continue.
Yeah, ma'am. So I'm not able to turn on my background. Yeah, I'm starting my speech now. Yeah, Honorable Speaker, ma'am. I raise here to oppose the delimitation bill. The union government asked states to implement family planning for economic survival. Southern states, mainly Tamil Nadu, obeyed, educated its citizens, and successfully lowered its birth rate. Let's look at the data. Tamil Nadu contributes 9.4% of India's national 4% to India's national GDP. Yet, under the tax devolution formula, for every single rupee our hardworking citizens sends to central, we receive a miserable 29 paise back. We are effectively being penalized for our success to subsidize regional underperformance. Now, upcoming delimitation will weaponize these demographics. For example, Tamil Nadu political voice in this house will be crushed, shrinking from 7.18% down to 6%. This shifts absolute legislative and financial control to a population-heavy northern majority. Here, I demand an absolute freeze on parliamentary seats and a tax formula that rewards development. And also, as a Tamil Nadu leader, unauthorized said, "Vadakku vaalgirathu, terkku theigirathu." The North lives while the South withers. If this bill becomes law, North will flourish while South may significantly lose its political standing. So Tamil Nadu succeeded in controlling its population. Is this bill a punishment for our success? And also, I submit here a judgment by Madras High Court, which states that representation must be based on the 1962 census to protect the rights of the state.
Conclude.
Yeah, ma'am. So, however, simply shifting to a new census without safeguards acts as a penalty for states that have performed well in the development and demographic indicators. So if our representation drops, we risk losing our voice in the central government and become dependent on center's mercy for schemes and funding. So this is an injustice to Tamil Nadu.
Please.
Yes, ma'am, I conclude. So I think this bill is an injustice to Tamil Nadu and all other southern states that have reduced their population to strengthen our India's economy. Thank you.
राजनीति बंद कर
फेडरलिज्म बचाओ और भारत बचाओ। फेडरलिज्म बचाओ और भारत
संविधान
को
बचाओ, भारत बचाओ।
फेडरलिज्म को बचाओ और भारत को बचाओ।
भारत बचाओ।
भारत बचाओ, भारत बचाओ।
Order.
Honorable Speaker, point of personal privilege, please.
Yes, please.
Honorable Speaker, the honorable member has taken the name of a particular political leader while keeping a speech. So, is that allowed?
मन्नत, आपका स्क्रीन ब्लैकआउट हो। हाँ, नाउ यू आर।
Shreya, you were not audible to me.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, the honorable member who has just given her speech right now has taken the name of a politician. So, is that allowed?
Requested
Speaker,
to please submit an apology and keep in mind that you don't use this next time. Thank you.
Speaker, ma'am, point of parliamentary inquiry.
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am. Yesterday, for the bill that was passed, Kaivalya ji also uttered a few of the politician names. But then Sharma sir told us that it is possible if they are doing it correctly and they are trying to not criticize them. So even in Aruna's speech, there was nothing to criticize about the politician that she mentioned about. So I guess there is no need of the apology.
Honorable LOPG, this is my house and I guess I'm the one who would decide here. At my house, I won't allow whether the direct mention of any of the politician name. Thank you. Next, I call upon Honorable Member Harini Ovia.
Thank you, ma'am. Honorable Speaker, ma'am, I rise today to support the delimitation bill. This is not just a routine amendment. It is a monumental step towards modernizing India's democratic framework. I would like to clearly state the objective of the bill is not to reduce the representation of any state, but to ensure that every single citizen across India, regardless of geography, receives equal weight in our parliamentary democracy. We must rise above regional fractures and think as one nation. I repeat, one nation. Our formula proportionally increases the total number of seats across all the states, which means it will be balanced without diminishing the absolute strength or marginalizing the voices of our southern states. This delimitation is also a historic victory for empowering marginalizing communities because it ensures a proportional mandatory increase in seats reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Speaker ma'am, this is a true manifestation of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Let us leave behind decades of political hesitation, reject partisan fear mongering, and vote to build a more equitable, representative, and vibrant Vikshit Bharat. Thank you, ma'am. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Member. And for the announcement of this House, the concern raised by LOP has been noted down and it would be addressed duly by Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker.
Next, I call upon Honorable Member Giri Prakash.
First of all, I am thanking the honorable speaker for giving me opportunity to address the house.
Honorable member, you're not audible. Your voice is cracking.
Am I audible now?
No, your voice is cracking.
Am I
a lot.
audible?
Yes, you are. You are.
Okay. Okay. Over
Your voice is again
some
cracking.
content we have.
Try switching off your camera and then speak, please.
Okay, 1 minute. Am I audible now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Some constituencies have more population voter than others, making the representation unequal. Delimitation helps us by ensuring the equal representation.
Honorable member, your
The
voice is
accountability.
cracking a lot. Honorable member, your voice is cracking a lot. Your advice to please reconnect, and we would shift you at the end, your speech at the end. Moving forward,
Okay.
I now call
Okay.
upon Honorable
Thank you.
member Anjali Rathi. Honorable member Anjali Rathi. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. Moving ahead, I call upon Honorable member Shivangi Raj.
Speaker ma'am, a parliamentary inquiry.
Yes, please.
Speaker ma'am, I had sent a different list to Digital Yuva Sansad with the members. These were not the. This is not the final list, Speaker ma'am. These are the members who are not going to speak. There's a change in the speakers list. I had sent it to Sharma ji as well as Digital Yuva Sansad.
Well, this is the final list I have received. Sharma sir, if you are here, if you could confirm once.
Yeah, the list was submitted to the email within the concerned time. So second half we will allow those, if at all, those two members at the end.
Okay, sir. Because there were a lot of members who did not agree to speak on. They had their personal issues, so we changed a lot of members, and an updated list was sent to you through the WhatsApp.
Yeah, okay, later we'll.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Next, I call upon Honorable Member Harshal Wagh. Honorable Member Palak Gedam.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, ma'am. Shall I continue?
Yes, please.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, ma'am, for giving me chance to speak in this House. Honorable Speaker, today I rise strongly for the proposition of delimitation bill in the House. In a country like India, democracy and federalism represents the heart and soul of the citizen. To raise their voices, the bill strengthens the democratic principle and federal equity. Delimitation bill does not solely speaks about increasing the number of representatives, but also ensures that parliament mirrors the objective of today's India, while preserving the constitutional balance between central and state legislature. The government safeguards the implementation of the bill with fair transparency, with
while respecting all the parts of India, whether it's north, south, east, west, and collectively taking decision as a union. A resilient and independent nation's strong foundation is created by the states of the nation. The bill creates balance between federal and democratic values of the country. With that, I conclude and encourage all the members of the House to adopt this bill and vote in its favor. Jai Hind, Jai Samvidhan.
Jai Hind, Jai Samvidhan.
Jai Hind, Jai Samvidhan.
Maintain the order of the House, please. Honorable member,
I have a
Danya,
point of
you are
information.
allowed to speak point of order. Yes, please.
मैम शुक्रिया मुझे समय देने के लिए। मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ रूलिंग पार्टी से कि जब से इन्होंने बिल लाया है तो इन्होंने अपनी पार्टी में ही कितने % रिजर्वेशन दिया हुआ है वुमेन्स को। कहीं ना कहीं वो भी तो जनता को बताना चाहिए ना, वो गुमराह मत कीजिए ना, लोगों के सामने कुछ और अपनी पार्टी के अंदर ही इन्होंने कितने % वुमेन रिजर्वेशन रखा हुआ है। और लास्ट जितने भी पोल्स हुए हैं उसमें तो अभी रिसेंट वेस्ट बंगाल में इलेक्शन हुआ है, वहां पे इन्होंने टोटली 11%, ये 33% की बात करते हैं, ये टोटली 11% रिजर्वेशन दे रखा है। तो मेरा इंफॉर्मेशन यही है कि कम से कम प्रॉपर इंफॉर्मेशन दीजिए हमें कि ये अगर ये 33% चाहते हैं पूरे ऑल ओवर इंडिया में हो, हमें भी कोई एतराज नहीं है, बट डीलिमिटेशन के साथ ही क्यों, अलग भी तो हो सकता है, उसके साथ ही क्यों, ऐसी क्या जरूरत पड़ी कि एक साथ ही ये दोनों चीजें करने की जरूरत पड़ गई? क्या पिछले 12 साल से वुमेन रिजर्वेशन नहीं हो सकता था? 33% हो सकता था ना। इस 2011 का सेंसस ही क्यों? अभी सेंसस चल रहा है, थोड़ा और वेट कर लीजिए। यहाँ इतना 70 साल वेट कर लिया वुमेन से, थोड़ा और वेट भी कर सकते हैं। हम खिलाफ नहीं है, बट हमें गलत पेश मत किया जाए।
Honorable member, your time is up. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, point of order.
Point of order, ma'am.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, please. Honorable member Shreya.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, I would like to address the concerns that were presented by the Honorable member just now. Okay, the concerns of the Honorable member is completely understandable, but isn't it like the member is trying to be being off the topic? But to specifically answer that question, I must mention that the ruling party has increased the number of women MPs compared to earlier years. But it is also true that women still remain underrepresented, and that is why the Women's Representation Bill, Reservation Bill, was introduced in the very first place, to provide them with the framework, to provide them a place in the Lok Sabhas and legislative assemblies. I don't understand from where the honorable member is bringing a topic and then just randomly speaking about it. So about also, no major political party in India has fielded women anywhere close to 1/3 of its candidates consistently. The Women's Reservation Bill is there to address this structural failure by ensuring that women's representation is no longer a voluntary thing that is depending on the party.
Okay. Thank you. Honorable member.
I have a counter. I have a counter.
Honorable member Bharti. Yes, please.
मैम जब तक पार्टी में ही रिजर्वेशन नहीं मिलेगा तो
Honorable member Ashwini, you are not allowed to speak. You are not allowed to speak. Honorable member Bharti.
Thank you, Speaker, ma'am, for recognizing my point of order. I want to ask from the ruling party that if you are really concerned about the equal representation of women, why did you exclude OBC women in that reservation? And why the women reservation bill gets included with the delimitation bill? Just answer me. Is this political agenda, or are you really wanted that women get equal representation in the parliament?
Thank you. Honorable member Sia.
Yes, ma'am. My point of order aims to I want to ask honorable member Ashwin sir that उन्होंने जो बोला अभी कि आप अपनी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी में कितने women को रिजर्वेशन दिया है,
a political party is not a statutory body nor a constitutional body to have the reservation in first place. Reservation जो होता है वो constitutional या फिर any government related body में include करना जरूरी है. So that there was a factual inaccuracy in his question. So the मतलब ये सवाल ही नहीं उठता कि political party में reservation कितना चाहिए. एंड अभी श्रेया मैम ने जैसे बोला कि हमारी पार्टी में भी हम वी हैव इंक्लूडेड विमेन रिप्रेजेंटेशन विच इज अप टू 16%. राज्यसभा में देर आर 16 MPs out of 108 total women MPs which are from our party. So I would like to raise this important point कि reservation political party में होना जरूरी नहीं है. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, honorable member. Honorable member Chaitanya Vishwamitra, last point of order.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think, Honorable Speaker, ma'am, this is not at all a neutral reform. So basically, it's a threat to federal balance. I think all the ruling members are just misleading the House.
Okay, thank you. Next, I call upon Honorable Member Anmol Madan.
Thank you for giving me this chance to speak. So today I rise to support this delimitation bill. For 50 years, the voting map of India has not changed. And due to this, in South, only in South, 1 MP is representing 1 million people, while in North, 3 million people are being represented by 1 MP. So in case of the true democracy, every citizen's vote should hold equal value. So people who are worried about the federalism and stuff, let me just assure you all that no state is losing a seat, and no party is losing its voice. So am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so by giving this chance, we are in fact expanding the seats, and we are also and most importantly, this bill is giving 33% of reservation to the women. And by giving this reservation, women don't have to wait for next 10 years to get into the parliament. So I believe that by the 2029, women must be getting into the parliament. By using the 2011 census, I don't think there is anything wrong in that. And when we talk about the delimitation, so it was very much a part of our constitution, and it must have it should have happened in 2001, but we have waited for so many years. So I believe that this is the right time to implement and pass this bill. And also I would end up with this line that एक मान एक सम्मान, हर वोट को इक्वल सम्मान.
Thank you, honorable.
हर वोट को
हर वोट को इक्वल सम्मान.
को इक्वल सम्मान हर वोट को इक्वल सम्मान.
Maintain the order of the house, please. Honorable members.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes, please.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am. Ma'am, I want to raise a point of information. I unfortunately do not have the option to raise my hand on Zoom, or I would have. Can I ask my point of information?
Am I audible?
Now you are, ma'am. Now you are.
I was saying if you could come again. I wasn't able to listen to you what you were saying.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, the problem is that I am not able to raise. I do not have any option of raising hands on Zoom, and I wanted to raise a point of information. Can I do that?
For the current speaker, yes, you can.
Yes, yes, yes. So, Honorable Speaker, ma'am, through you, I would like to ask a clarification from the ruling MP. I want to ask her that we talk about representation, right? Women account for almost
half of the population. So why are you just giving them 33% of the reservation? Why not almost 50%?
Honorable Speaker, may I respond to that question?
Yes, 15 seconds, not more than that.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. So, Honorable Speaker, through you, our message for the Honorable Member, delimitation ensures that reserved constituencies are being identified scientifically and fairly based on the latest population data. Without delimitation, if you are deciding which seats should be reserved, it would be something arbitrary and could lead to legal challenges. Linking implementation with delimitation ensures transparency, fairness, and ensuring equal representation across the country. It is not a delay mechanism, it is just an implementation mechanism. And also, if you are talking about increasing it to 50%, then that would lead to
Honorable Speaker, ma'am.
Speaker, ma'am, point of order.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, please conclude.
Ma'am, I wanted to respond to Honorable Member Niyati's question. Can I do that?
Yes, you have 15 questions and this is the last point of order.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Much obliged. The 33% reservation has been enacted through 73rd and 74th amendments, and the same model has been sought to be implemented in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, the union legislature. That is, there is from where which the 33% number comes. So, and again, you're not allowing us to do the delimitation to determine the exact number of women, and that is why we are not able to do the 50%, increase it up to the 50%. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Ma'am, can I please give my concluding remarks to both the ruling MPs?
Ma'am, point of order.
No, please,
Ma'am,
no
she
more
stated something
point of
incorrect.
orders. Honorable members, maintain the order of the House, please. Honorable members, the initial round of discussion is now complete. The House stands adjourned for 5 minutes. Thank you.
सदन की कार्यवाही को आगे बढ़ाते हैं। सभी माननीय सदस्य कृपया अपना माइक्स ऑफ रखें। माइक्स ऑफ रखें कृपया। धन्यवाद। सदन की कार्यवाही को आगे बढ़ाते हैं। माननीय सदस्य चैतन्य विश्वामित्रा डीए 1.30 मिनट। ऑनरेबल मेंबर चैतन्य विश्वामित्रा डीए। नहीं है। ऑनरेबल मेंबर जामिन खान। ऑनरेबल मेंबर जामिन खान।
ऑनरेबल स्पीकर सर,
जी बोलो।
जो ये आवाज आ रही सर?
जी आ रही, बोलिए।
जी, जो ये डीलिमिटेशन बिल आया है सर, इसकी जो खामियां हैं सर इस बिल की, ये है कि ये इसमें शक्तियों का झुकाव ज्यादा है सर। उत्तरी राज्यों जैसे उत्तर प्रदेश और बिहार में जनसंख्या वृद्धि दर दक्षिणी राज्यों की अपेक्षा सर जैसे तमिलनाडु और केरल की तुलना में अधिक रही है। सापेक्ष कमजोरी भी है सर इसमें। जो सर लिमिटेशन परिसीमन है सर, दक्षिण भारत के राज्यों की संसद में सीटें और राजनीतिक प्रभाव कम होने की आशंका है, जो उन्हें आर्थिक और सामाजिक विकास में बेहतर प्रदर्शन करने के बावजूद नुकसानदेह लग सकता है सर। और सर इसकी और सर जो खामियां हैं सर बताना चाहूंगा कि सर ये राष्ट्रीय संरचना में राज्यों के राजनीतिक वजन सर व्यापक संसदीय संतुलन को भी प्रभावित कर सकता है सर, क्योंकि सर परिसीमन प्रक्रिया के कारण केंद्र सरकार की संसद संतुलन और भारत के संघीय ढांचे में सभी राज्यों का राजनीतिक प्रभाव बदल जाएगा सर। और सर इसमें बताऊंगा सर, राज्यों के राजनीतिक वजन में बदलाव भी आएगा सर। इसका सर प्रभाव सर जो जनसंख्या विशेष जनसंख्या के आधार पर बनी हुई है सर, तो इनकम जो जनसंख्या वृद्धि वाले राज्य हैं सर, उनकी संख्या में कमी आएगी। थैंक यू सर।
सत्ता नहीं संतुलन चाहिए, सत्ता नहीं संतुलन
चाहिए,
चाहिए।
संतुलन चाहिए, सत्ता नहीं संतुलन चाहिए,
माननीय
चाहिए, संतुलन चाहिए।
माननीय सदस्यगण, संतुलन सबको चाहिए, पर सदन का संतुलन चले वो सबसे महत्वपूर्ण है। तो दोनों गुट कृपया सदन चलाने में सहयोग करें। धन्यवाद। एनी पॉइंट ऑफ ऑर्डर? यस ऑनरेबल मेंबर सियानी।
Sir, there is a point of information from my side. Can I
Yes.
proceed with it?
Yes.
Much obliged, Speaker sir. मैं अभी ऑनरेबल मेंबर ने जो नॉर्थ और साउथ के स्टेट्स के रिप्रेजेंटेशन के रिगार्डिंग जो भी मुद्दे उठाए, मैं उनसे सवाल ये करना चाहती हूँ कि किस डेटा के आधार पर इन्होंने ये इन्फरेंस दिया हुआ है या फिर ये कंक्लूजन दिया हुआ है। मैं उनसे विनती करती हूँ कि वो अपना डेटा भी इस सदन में सबके सामने प्रेजेंट
ओके,
करें।
नोटेड। ऑनरेबल मेंबर जामिन खान।
सर 1970 दशक से भारत में सर आम आदमी की जनसंख्या सर कम सरप्राइज हुई है सर, इसका आधार 1971 की हकीकत है। अब परिसीमन का अर्थ है गति हुई सर और उन्हें शामिल किया सर। इसलिए सर इसका सर जो फेडरल बैलेंस है सर उस पर प्रभाव पड़ेगा सर। ये दक्षिणी राज्यों को सर डर है कि उनके प्रभावी विकास और व्यवहार नियोजन को लागू करने के कारण उन्हें संसद में कम राजनीतिक दबदबा देकर सजा दी जा रही है सर। थैंक यू सर।
Last counter reply, honorable member Sian Imkar. Last 10 seconds.
Can I get a follow up sir?
Yes.
थैंक यू सर। आपने शायद मेरा प्रश्न ठीक से सुना नहीं होगा, मैं फिर से दोहराना चाहूंगी कि आपने किस रिपोर्ट के आधार पर या फिर किस गवर्नमेंट के स्टैटिस्टिकल रिपोर्ट पर या फिर डेटा पर आपने ये कैलकुलेट करके अपना निर्णय, आपने तो सुनवाई ही दी हुई है, आपने तो निर्णय ही दे दिया है डायरेक्टली सुप्रीम कोर्ट की तरह। मैं आपसे फिर से सवाल करती हूँ कि कौन सी
Okay, honorable member. Okay. Yes, honorable member Zamin Khan, would you like to make a statement on this? Last.
सर 2011 की सर जो जनगणना है सर उसके आधार पर सर।
Okay. Honorable member Chaitanya Vishwamitra sir. Point of order.
Thank you, honorable speaker sir. Sir, I want to speak on this bill, sir.
No, I allowed you for point of order. Okay, then wait. Honorable, on any other point of order are there? No, right? Okay. Honorable, या मंत्री जी कुछ बोल रही है, श्रेया जी बोलिए।
Honorable Speaker, thank you for recognizing me. मुझे एक point of information raise करना था।
Yes.
So ऑनरेबल मेंबर जामिन खान के स्पीच में उन्होंने जैसा बात किया वो तो उन्होंने सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जज के जैसा ऑर्डर ही दे दिए, बट स्टिल मैं उनसे एक प्रश्न करना चाहूंगी कि वो क्या ये सजेस्ट कर रहे हैं कि 1 person 1 vote 1 वैल्यू को अबंडन किया जाए सिंपली बिकॉज सम स्टेट्स हैव लोअर पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ? देखिए, southern states have been able to reduce their population through various incentives, through various schemes and everything, and for that they will be given incentives by the union government, but political and parliamentary representation can never be disconnected from population. तो मैं उनसे बस यही प्रश्न करना चाहूंगी कि वो क्या ये डेमोक्रेटिक प्रिंसिपल को कम्प्लीटली अबंडन करना चाहते हैं?
ओके, थैंक यू ऑनरेबल मेंबर। सदन की कार्रवाई को आगे बढ़ाते हैं। ऑनरेबल मेंबर शेख इकरम बादशाह, आप 1.30 मिनट से आपके पास।
Sir, I have a power cut issue, sir. Here, can I speak after, sir, please?
Okay, yeah, okay. Honorable.
Thank you, sir.
Honorable member Chaitanya Vishwamitra DA, continue. 1.30 minutes.
Thank you, honorable speaker, sir. Honorable speaker, sir, I think this bill is not at all a reform. So basically, it is a political redesign of the power. So delimitation based on population alone punishes the states that controlled growth, invested in development, and strengthened the governance. So while rewarding demographic imbalances, sir, that is not just a federal justice, that is the electoral unfairness, sir. And also, sir, the government is hiding a controversial redistribution of parliamentary strength behind the language of women's reservation. Sir, we support women's reservation, but we reject its misuse as a shield for an anti-federal agenda, sir. If representation is to be changed, it must be done with a consent, transparency, and fully respect for every state's voice. And sir, India cannot be built by counting on people and ignoring fairness. A democracy survives not by arithmetic alone, but by the balance, trust, and justice. Sir, this bill breaks that balance, and the House must reject it, sir. Thank you.
राजनीति बंद करो और
Thank
न्याय
you.
दो।
Point of
राजनीति
order.
बंद करो और
Shame on the government. Shame on the government.
तंत्र बचाओ।
One minute. Honorable
Shame.
member, 1 minute. Honorable member Harini. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I would like to address the opposition. Sir, let us clear the air with facts. Tamil Nadu's achievements in education, healthcare, and population stabilization are a model for a nation. I agree completely with that. The government recognizes these contributions, but we support a balanced approach that safeguards both representation and federal fairness. See, democracy cannot freeze representation forever. It must evolve with the people while protecting the spirit of federalism. And democracy means one citizen, one vote, not one state, one vote.
Okay,
Currently,
member,
an MP
please
from a
conclude. Please conclude, honorable member.
Yes, sir. The government already handles this by adjusting the Finance Commission's devolution formulas. Example, using demographic performance indicators to ensure that progressive states are financially rewarded for their human development indices. I want to remind the House that no single state
Yeah,
is
member,
losing
please
a single seat.
conclude. Member, conclude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 10 more lines. Its absolute number of representatives
No,
will
honorable
actually
member.
increase.
No. See, point of orders are only for keeping that one statement, what is actually you all want to showcase, right? So yes, see,
Okay, sir.
now if at all anything is very serious, then only I am allowing point of orders. Otherwise, I will stop you all from speaking in between. I will allow point of info first, then orders. Honorable member Tiago.
Sir, I would ask Honorable Member Harini that she just now talked about freezing the process. Then, sir, what about the 84th Amendment? नहीं लाया होता अगर आपको freeze करना ही नहीं है process तो 84th Amendment लाया ही नहीं होता.
Okay, 1 minute. Honorable member Siyanimkar. 15 seconds for point of order.
Thank you, sir, for allowing me. मेरा ऑनरेबल मेंबर से प्रश्न है जिन्होंने अभी अभी स्पीच दिया कि आपको क्या ये एलिगेशन करना है कि ये जो बिल है वो पॉलिटिकली मोटिवेटेड है या फिर पॉलिटिकल प्रोपेगेंडा है. ये बहुत ही सीरियस एलिगेशन है सर. दिस इज utterly not fair.
Yes, okay,
against
member.
the culture and decorum.
Noted. Honorable Minister Shreya Mukherjee. Short, 10 seconds.
Yes, thank you, sir. This is a point of information for the speaker who just spoke right now. In the minister's speech, they beautifully said that it is a political propaganda and everything. I'm not going into that. But honorable member who spoke just now, are you trying to imply that even after creating an independent commission, putting a fund into it, putting constitutional authorities like the Supreme Court judge, the election commissioner, the state election commissioner, still we are going for party propaganda? तो हम लोग खुद constituencies draw नहीं कर लेते बैठ के? क्यों एक
Okay,
फंड
member.
जाएगा?
Thank you, honorable minister. Thank you. सदन की कार्यवाही आगे बढ़ाते हैं. Honorable member वसंता कोठार.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I am asking just 5 seconds, sir. Just 5 seconds.
Why that 5 seconds, sir? That's my point. Why that 5 seconds, sir? Based on that, I will allow you.
Sir, even I have spoke this because of political agenda. I have spoken because there is no clarification between Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha as well. There is no mention of Rajya Sabha in this particular bill, sir. Hence, I have told this as a purely political agenda.
Thank you, honorable member. Honorable member Vasanta, honorable member Vasanta.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to speak. Honorable Speaker, I stand before this august House to strongly support the delimitation bill. In doing so, I am speaking not just of redrawing the constituency lines, but of modernizing the very foundation of our very parliamentary democracy to ensure that it reflects the aspirations of New India. Honorable Speaker, sir, for decades, our representation has been frozen based on 1971 census, and the global average was around 1.5 million population per representative. Yet, our Lok Sabha constituency registers 1.82 million population per representative. So we cannot run a 21st century superpower on a 50-year-old political map. Honorable Speaker, sir, modernization means adopting to our growth and while protecting the diversity and dignity of every region. So the proposed 50% seat expansion model assures that no state is marginalized or diminished. We ensure that the efficiency is not punished, be it Tamil Nadu or any southern state. And the collective share of the southern states stand at 24%. Honorable Speaker, sir, modernization is incomplete without inclusivity. So we want to empower our Nari Shakti because historically we have been successful in implementing the 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments. So to support that, we are emulating that model in our Lok Sabha as well, providing 33% vertical reservation, guaranteeing around 270 seats to the women in this house. So
Thank you, honorable member.
I strongly urge the big members to support this bill because this bill is not just about redrawing the map of our constituencies, it is redrawing the destiny of our country. Thank you, Jai Hind.
हर नागरिक का एक की पुकार
Yes,
डिलिमिटेशन
honorable
की
leader of
बात
opposition. Yes, honorable leader of
Delimitation of
opposition.
Kibar.
Yes, honorable leader of
Delimitation सबकी को
opposition. 10
Thank you
second,
for
leader of
recognition,
opposition.
Speaker. Thank you for recognition, Speaker. The member, honorable member, just mentioned that efficiency is not punished over here, and they'll get equal representation of all the states. I want to ask the member on what basis are they even telling about it? Because if the delimitation is imposed and there are so many laws to the southern states, I can give you a data about it. In Tamil Nadu, 39 seats at present, and then they're going to lose 7 seats, which is 31, and then we have so many other. Examples like that of the southern states losing the seats. So in that case, how can you talk about efficiency when it comes to southern states?
Yeah, thank you, honorable member. Yes, honorable member Vasanta, I will allow you to keep counter reply. Yes, honorable. Yeah, just 1 minute. I'll allow the other POIs if at are there. Tia Gupta, 10 seconds.
Thank you, sir. The honorable member talked about marginalization. Clause of the delimitation bill states that scheduled tribe reserved constituencies shall be located where the proportion of the ST population is the largest. So since reservation is based only on the overall scheduled tribe population and not on individual tribal communities like Santhal, Gold or Bhil, so what safeguard exists to prevent certain tribes from remaining underrepresented? And I actually would like if Vasanta ma'am could answer this question.
Okay, thank you, honorable member Vasanta. 15 seconds to reply.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Yes, I would like to point out the Southern India is not going to lose the seats because right now the seat share is 129 and that is going to increase up to 195. I repeat, 195. And Tamil Nadu is not going to lose the seats because the number is going to rise from 39 to 59. So no southern state is actually losing the seats. We are not punishing efficiency. We ensure that every single state will grow without stepping on one another. And coming to SC and ST reservation, we are not implementing it as per our political convenience. We are constitutionally mandated as per Article 330 and 332, which provides the reservation to SC and ST population, and their seats will also significantly increase after this delimitation. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, honorable member. सदन की कार्यवाही को आगे बढ़ाते हैं. Honorable member Giri Prakashan, if at all you have spoken or not earlier.
First of all, I thank you the honorable speaker for giving me an opportunity to address the house. I rise today to support the delimitation bill because it strengthens the public trust in the democracy. Democracy is based on the principle of one person, one vote, one value. Over the years, population has created a difference in the size of the constituencies. Some constituencies have more voters than others, making representation unequal. A democracy can survive without many things, but it cannot survive without the trust of the people. Delimitation helps us by ensuring the equal representation. Every citizen gets equal opportunity to participate in the election, making democracy more fair, increasing the public confidence, strengthening the accountability. Democracy is built not by the buildings, law, or institution alone. It is built by the trust of the people. Present day reality. Delimitation updates the constituency border according to the current demographics. It ensures the parliament reflects the present population, not outdated figures. Therefore, delimitation is not about the favoring any state or party. I repeat, therefore, delimitation is not about favoring any state or party. It's about making democracy more representative, fair, and trustworthy. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Thank you, honorable member. Yes, leader of opposition. To say something because your hand is raised. No, right? Okay. Honorable member Chaitanya Vishwamitra. Last point.
Honorable speaker, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, the argument of equal representation and fair democracy is a policy claim, sir, not a procedural answer. Until the House sees the exact lawful basis and the competent authority decision, sir, they are just misleading the whole House just by claiming that this would be strengthen the democracy and everything, sir. Yeah, I want to bring the note on this, sir.
Thank you. धन्यवाद माननीय सदस्य। सदन की कार्यवाही को आगे बढ़ाते हैं। ऑनरेबल मेंबर शेख इकरम बादशाह 1.30 मिनट्स।
धन्यवाद अध्यक्ष महोदय, मुझे आपके इस बिल को बोलने का मौका दिया है एंड थैंक्स टू माय एलओपी शिवानी मैम आल्सो फॉर अलाउइंग मी टू स्पीक। Sir, I come from the Andhra Pradesh from the South India, sir. The states that control the population growth successfully and achieve the better education and human development, now we are punishing for your success. So what is this justice I am asking, sir? A state's reward for the good governance should be not become a reduction on its democratic voice when it compared to the other states, what we believe, sir. And next, sir, when it comes to the women reservation bill, so I want to clarify here that we are not against the women reservation, as we know that it was already passed in 2023. But it is shameful to the government that I would like to remind this house that this women reservation bill, which was notified just only before it was tabled in this house. So it is a real commitment of the ruling party we are asking that. So this is the only government which we are seeing now. This every failure of these governments, they will try to convert into their political advantages. So we see that this government will give the promises and the assurances, but they just melted into polluted air of the Delhi. And अध्यक्ष महोदय, I want to say that, तो इनके जुबान पर तो दुआ रहती है, लेकिन इनका दिल तो हमेशा काला रहता है. So they won't speak about the empowerment, but the actions tells a different story. क्योंकि इनको रिजर्वेशन सही पे देना चाहते हैं, बट हमको पता नहीं कि क्यों औरत के पीछे छुपा है. If their intention is honest and implement it immediately. So then when opposition की बात होती है, सर, देश आज जानता है कि the first woman prime minister from our side and the first woman president from our side and next woman Lok Sabha speaker are from our side. So हम ये करके दिखाए हैं. And सर और हम इस बात से बात करे हैं, इनके जुबान पर नारी शक्ति रहती है, लेकिन इनके दिल को सिर्फ राजनीति करते हैं. इनके होठों पे बेटी बचाओ कहते करते हैं इनके, लेकिन हाथों में सिर्फ चुनाव की बात होती है. सर
थैंक यू, धन्यवाद।
Sir, I am concluding, sir. Just one line, sir. I am concluding. Sir, one line. I am concluding, sir. Sir, I am concluding, sir. Okay, sir, today our opposition member came to in blue color theme, which representing the color of the Baba Saheb Ambedkar, which is inspired by the vision of the equality, justice, and democracy. And we assure that people of India that will stand, will not allow any unconstitutional actions that will weaken our democracy values. And I oppose this bill, sir. Thank you so much for allowing.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Yes, Honorable Minister Shreya Mukherjee.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, with your permission, I would like to answer one of the queries that has been pointed out indirectly in the speech given by the Honorable Member. So, the Honorable Member is really concerned about the Women's Reservation Bill. They have also quoted that the first women Prime Minister was from their party. Okay, that's all understandable. But let me clarify that they have actually given the response in their speech themselves. The Indian history has always seen women as progressive. The Indian society has always seen women debating on sabhas on par with men. May it be Gargi, may it be Moitri, may it be. We also worship the mother's womb. We call her Mother Nature. So that is the very reason we want women in the legislation. That's the very reason we are providing reservation, and reservation is not guaranteeing you a seat to the parliament. It is you like the women who are going to
Honorable
get the
Member.
party tickets.
Thank you.
So, Honorable Speaker, I will conclude in just 10 seconds. It is the women who are going to get the party tickets. It is them who are going to campaign. It is
Thank
them who
you.
are going to win.
Thank you, Honorable
And
Member.
that reservation is going to provide the framework. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
See,
One
Honorable
question.
Member Sian
Sir,
Imkar, 10 seconds. I'll allow you, leader of Sian Imkar, 10 seconds. I'll allow you.
थैंक यू सर फॉर अलाउइंग मी। जो फेडरलिज्म की ये बात कर रहे हैं, एंटी फेडरलिज्म है ये बिल, मैं उनको बताना चाहती हूँ पॉइंट ऑफ ऑर्डर के द्वारा कि आर्टिकल 81 को ये बिल एड्रेस करता है। आर्टिकल 81 स्पीक्स अबाउट लोकसभा विच इज अ हाउस ऑफ पीपल। दैट इज व्हाई हियर द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ वन वोट वन वैल्यू मैटर्स द मोस्ट। और स्टेट्स के रिप्रेजेंटेशन के लिए वी हैव द राज्यसभा, wherein we have secured the principle, the constitutional principle of as far as practicable.
Okay, member. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable
Should
Member.
be proposal for all of the states. So kindly improve your research before opening your mouth.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Yes, Honorable Leader of Opposition, you may speak. 10 seconds.
Speaker, sir, thank you for recognition. Shreya ji just mentioned that the ruling does not guarantee the parliament seat for women. She made a statement something like that. What does she mean with all of these things? The entire bill is about the reservation, women reservation, and she says something about the seat is not guaranteed or seat is not given to the parliament. I mean, why did she make that statement? And sir, we are not opposing, as Ikram Basha ji said, that we are not opposing women रिजर्वेशन, इवन वी वांट रिजर्वेशन। मैं एक महिला होकर मैं भी वुमेन रिजर्वेशन को सपोर्ट करती हूँ, लेकिन हम बोल रहे हैं कि आप वुमेन रिजर्वेशन और डिलिमिटेशन के साथ जुड़ रहे क्यों? आप यही जो 2011 सेंसस है उस पर काम कीजिए, या फिर 543 सीट्स है उस पर ही 33% वुमेन रिजर्वेशन लगा दीजिए। आप क्यों वेट कर रहे हैं और आप क्यों ये बता रहे हैं कि
अपोजिशन
इसके ऊपर जवाब।
थैंक यू लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन। Yes, Honorable, क्योंकि आपने मंत्री का नाम लिया, Honorable, so I have to allow her to speak. Honorable Minister Shreya Mukherjee.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, thank you so much for recognizing me. So, I think the Leader of Opposition actually misunderstood what I said. Reservation is a framework. It is the women who are going to get party tickets. They are going to campaign for themselves. They are going to win elections. Then only they are going to sit in the legislation. That is what I meant. And the Leader of Opposition might have understood something else. So I'm not sure what, but this is the thing which I was stating right when I was.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable Member Rakshita ji, 1.30 minutes even. Rakshita ji.
Honorable Speaker, thanks for giving me this opportunity. Yeah. Delimitation is not just about redrawing boundaries, it is about upholding the constitutional promise of equal representation for a stronger and more inclusive democracy. India has changed dramatically since 1971 census. At that time, we had around 50 crore population, and now currently we have 146, which is nearly 2.7 times large. Yet the Lok Sabha continues to have only 543 members. And as per our constitutional framework to Article 82 and 170, every readjustment of Lok Sabha seats need to be done after every census. So equal population, equal representation, equal citizen, every citizen count, every vote matters. So, a strong democracy requires fair representation. Delimitation helps achieve that goal and strengthens the foundation of constitutional system. Jai Hind.
Thank you, honorable member. Yes, honorable member Chaitanya Vishwamitra D.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I think they are completely against the federal structure itself, sir. Sir, kindly note that, sir. They are just telling that the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, they are dividing. So kindly note that, sir. So they are completely
Okay,
against
thank
on the
you.
federal structure.
Yes, thank you, honorable member. Honorable member Anamika Singh. Anamika Singh, honorable member.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. I would like to brief about how delimitation enhances the government's efficiency and contributes to administrative effectiveness. Delimitation is not merely about redrawing constituency boundaries, it is about strengthening governance and ensuring equal democratic representation. It improves governance efficiency by ensuring balanced representation, better resource allocation, and greater accountability of elected representatives. It also enhances administrative effectiveness by enabling efficient service delivery, better planning, and smoother electoral management. However, delimitation must be transparent, impartial, and uphold the federal spirit so that every region receives fair representation. With this, I would like to conclude by supporting the delimitation bill. Thank you.
Thank you. I will allow only 1 point of order for this. Honorable member Tia Gupta.
So the honorable member talked about equal representation and balanced representation. I would like to repeat my point कि सर ट्राइबल communities जो है उनको equal representation नहीं मिल रहा है और जहाँ पर मेन population है सिर्फ उनको जो है representation मिल पा रहा है. संथल, गोंड, भील ट्राइब सर उनकी representation का क्या? It is totally injustice to them.
Thank you.
Point of order.
Okay, 10 seconds.
Sir, I would like to thank you, sir, for allowing me. जो अभी पॉइंट टिया गुप्ता जी ने रेस किया वो इस सभा के मुद्दे से इररेलेवेंट है. हम ट्राइबल्स या फिर SC STs के बारे में भी डिस्कस नहीं कर रहे हैं.
Okay, noted.
Okay, noted, member.
Honorable member Sanika Gokhale. Short 5 seconds. Honorable member, एक लाइन में, one line है. Honorable member Sanika Gokhale.
Sir, I want to raise point of information. सर ऑनरेबल स्पीकर ने बैलेंस रिप्रेजेंटेशन के बारे में कहा. सर अकॉर्डिंग टू जर्नल ऑफ एशियन एंड अफ्रीकन स्टडीज ये कुछ नंबर्स दिए गए हैं कि लिमिटेशन के बाद ये प्रोजेक्शन है कि उत्तर प्रदेश में 54 सीट्स बढ़ाई जाएगी, बिहार का रिप्रेजेंटेशन 33 सीट से बढ़ाया जाएगा, लेकिन वही तमिलनाडु और तेलंगाना का सिर्फ 4 सीट से बढ़ाया जाएगा और केरला में एक भी सीट बढ़ाई नहीं जाएगी.
The point of privilege.
Sir, direct question पूछा गया, मेरे आंसर सिया मैम क्वेश्चन.
No, point of privilege.
जी कौन दिख नहीं रहे आप स्क्रीन पे?
सर कैवल्य.
कैमरा ऑन करिए जी.
यस सर. सर मैं पूछना चाहूंगा वो रिपोर्ट इंडिया में बनी है कि कौन से अब्रॉड नेशन में बनी है? प्लीज एक बार मुझे सर कंफर्म करना था उसका ओरिजिन.
ऑनरेबल मेंबर.
यस सर उसके ऑथर्स इंडियन ही है और वो जर्नल ऑफ एशियन एंड अफ्रीकन स्टडीज है.
सर प्लीज उनको सिर्फ ऑथेंटिसिटी के लिए नाम भेजने के लिए बोलिए ना प्लीज.
Honorable member, you may submit the following records on the Lok Sabha group WhatsApp. Last point of order, भारती जड़. फिर मैं कार्रवाई को आगे बढ़ाऊं.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir, for recognizing me. Honorable member just mentioned about the balanced representation. This bill clearly destroys the federal structure. It creates a federal imbalance. And केशवानंद भारती केस में क्लियरली मेंशन किया गया था कि पार्लियामेंट cannot restructure the federal doctrine basic structure of federalism. एक doctrine basic structure के अंदर आता है. तो how can you destroy the federal structure? And second point, delimitation impartial. You mentioned that delimitation must be impartial. आप कैसे बोल सकते हैं कि आप जो डिलिमिटेशन कराएंगे वो इम्पार्शियल होगा जब इसमें कोई इंडिपेंडेंट ऑडिट ही नहीं है, इसमें क्लियरली मेंशन है कि एक बार बिल पास हो जाएगा तो citizens कैन नॉट क्वेश्चनिंग इन द कोर्ट बिफोर द कोर्ट. So how can you say that it is impartial?
Point of order,
Thank
sir.
you, honorable member.
बहुत
Yes,
शांत
Siani.
आप, बहुत शांत.
Siani,
Sir,
last.
थैंक यू सर फॉर अलाउिंग मी. अभी ऑनरेबल भारती जी ने जो बोला कि ये बिल कोर्ट में क्वेश्चनेबल नहीं होगा. इट इज अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट बिल मैम, फॉर योर काइंड इन्फॉर्मेशन. एंड अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट और एनी पार्ट ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इज ऑलवेज सब्जेक्ट टू जुडिशियल रिव्यू. दैट इज व्हाई सुप्रीम कोर्ट कैन डेफिनेटली इंटरवीन इन दिस एंड इट हैज द वेरी राइट टू डिक्लेयर द बिल अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल. तो ये बिल पहले पास तो होने दीजिए ताकि सुप्रीम कोर्ट
Thank you,
इसके बारे
honorable
में.
members. Thank you,
Thank you,
धन्यवाद,
sir.
honorable member. Yes. Honorable member Prem Pratap Singh, 1.30 minutes. Honorable member Prem Pratap Singh, 1.30 minutes.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible. You are audible. जल्दी.
Okay. Delimitation process हम सभी जानते हैं कि 1 person 1 vote 1 वैल्यू के प्रिंसिपल को एनफोर्स करती है, हम सभी जानते हैं. लेकिन जब वही डिलिमिटेशन प्रोसेस का मिसयूज पॉलिटिकल गेन के लिए हो जाए तो वही डिलिमिटेशन प्रोसेस, अध्यक्ष महोदय, देश के लिए, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के लिए खतरा डेमोक्रेसी के लिए बन सकती है. अध्यक्ष महोदय, तब ही बोला गया था कि 2023 के बाद जो सेंसस होगा उसके बेस रिजर्वेशन दिया जाएगा. लेकिन अब सरकार बात कर रही है कि 2011 के सेंसस के बेसिस पे हम रिजर्वेशन दे देंगे. तो अध्यक्ष महोदय, इतनी जल्दी क्या है सरकार को, जब 2026-27 का रिजर्वेशन, जब 26-27 का सेंसस चल ही रहा है, तो 15 साल पुराने डेटा को यूज करके रिजर्वेशन देने का क्या सेंस बनता है. इसके साथ ही अध्यक्ष महोदय, हम ये बताना चाहते हैं कि विपक्ष महिला आरक्षण के खिलाफ नहीं है, बल्कि जो महिला आरक्षण के नाम पे जो पॉलिटिकल गेन करने की कोशिश 2029 के चुनाव में की जा रही है सरकार के द्वारा, हम उसके खिलाफ हैं. इसके साथ ही अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं सवाल करना चाहूंगा कि ओबीसी को क्यों नहीं रिजर्वेशन दिया गया है सरकार के द्वारा. क्या ओबीसी, जी सर, ओबीसी भी, वुमेन भी तो अंडर रिप्रेजेंटेड है असेंबलीज के अंदर, तो फिर क्यों उनको नहीं दिया गया. और इसके साथ अध्यक्ष महोदय 9 साल का प्रोविजन रखा गया है कि 15 साल का रखा गया है कि 15 साल तक जो है वो लागू रहेगा रिजर्वेशन, लेकिन इसको स्थायी क्यों नहीं किया गया सरकार. धन्यवाद.
Honorable members, the House will meet again after 5 minutes. House stands adjourned only for 5 minutes. Thank you. सदन की कार्यवाही को अब आगे बढ़ेंगे. माननीय सदस्य नियति, माननीय सदस्य नियति, ऑनरेबल मेंबर नियति, इससे जो माननीय सदस्य गोहिल, माननीय सदस्य गोहिल, माननीय सदस्य टिया गुप्ता, माननीय सदस्य गोहिल.
Sir, my name was not mentioned in the list.
Your name was not mentioned in the list. 1 minute. टिया गुप्ता,
मेरा नाम भी नहीं है.
Yes, sir.
पर आपके एलओपी की लिस्ट में पढ़ रहा हूँ. एलओपी की लिस्ट में आपके नाम है, आप दोनों की.
सर कल की लिस्ट होगी शायद.
लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन, आर यू हियर? लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन, लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन शिवानी गुप्ता, आप है इधर? क्योंकि आई थिंक ये लिस्ट उन्होंने सबमिट की थी सेक्रेटरीट को कि 2 मतलब ये मेंबर्स है, तो फिर मैं उनसे क्लैरिफाई करूंगा, फिर से सदन की कार्यवाही को हम आगे बढ़ाएंगे। ऑनरेबल मेंबर स्वरांजलि विषय, ऑनरेबल मेंबर स्वरांजलि विषय।
Hello, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. May I start, sir?
Yes.
Honorable Chairperson, I rise today to express my reservations regarding the proposed delimitation bill. Democracy certainly demands fair representation, but representations cannot be based on population figures alone. If states that successfully control population growth are rewarded with reduced political influence, what message are we sending to the nation? For decades, several southern and northeastern states invested in family planning, education, healthcare. Should efficiency now become a disadvantage? Should good governance be punished and poor population management be rewarded? A few populous states could have greater control over national politics. States will feel there's no benefit in implementing population control policies if it will translate in reduced political weight. A nation as diverse as India must balance representation with responsibility. Idea of bill is welcome, but formula should be changed. Criteria such as human development, education, and governance performance should also be considered. If this exercise leads to one region gaining disproportionate political power while another loses its voice, it risks creating regional resentment and weakening our federal spirit. Therefore, I submit that delimitation must ensure not merely numerical equality, but also fairness, justice, and national unity. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Member Raghul B. Honorable Member Raghul. Honorable Member
Honorable
Raghul.
Speaker.
Yes.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
My rise today not against women's reservation, but against the delay and injustice behind delimitation. Women constitute nearly 50% of Indian population, yet they hold only about 14% of seats in Lok Sabha. After 75 years of independence, this is the level of representation we call democracy. If women are ready to vote, govern, and lead today, why are they being asked to wait a future census and delimitation? But my greater concern is delimitation itself. For almost 50 years, since 1976, Parliament has protected states that successfully controlled population growth. States like Tamil Nadu answered the national call for family planning. Today, Tamil Nadu fertility rate is around 1.4, far below the replacement of level of 2.1. This was achieved through better education, healthcare, and social development. The message we have sent is states that control population growth may get fewer voice in parliament, which states with higher population growth may gain more influence. Honorable Speaker, democracy is not only about population, it is all about fairness. We cannot punish states for succeeding in national development growths. And I ask this House, should states that invested in education, healthcare, and population control lose political influence because they succeed? And should women have already proved their leadership be asked to wait even longer for representation? The delimitation and bill is only the major goal is about the women reservation is not was against, and it is not protest. The thing is they are shield as the delimitation as the women reservation bill. If success in population control leads to a weaker voice in parliament, are we rewarding good governance or punishing it? Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Jai Hind.
धन्यवाद माननीय सदस्य जी. माननीय सदस्य श्रेया. Honorable Member Shreya.
Yes, Honorable Speaker. I just want to raise a point of information on the speech that was made by the Honorable Member. I just want a simple answer. Is the member suggesting that a citizen in a more populous state should have a weaker vote than a citizen in another state? Because that's what their speech is probably implying.
Yeah, okay, Honorable Member. माननीय प्रधान एक मिनट सुरेश
Thank you,
प्रधान
Speaker, sir. Sir, can I clarify the federal issue the opposition is raising in the parliament?
Yes, you can.
Thank you, sir. So, फेडरलिज्म के लिए बहुत सारे opposition leaders questions उठा रहे हैं, and what they are doing is north versus south. I would like to clarify that our nation should be viewed as a single nation, not in two divisions, north and south. Each state, particular person should be looked after as a single citizen of India, not a citizen of a North India or a South Indian. So I would like to highlight that Northeast are also getting less seats. They are not cushioning it. But I am telling that it is not destroying the federalism. It is increasing the voice of a person who is marginalized in a state, in different states which are having higher population. It is not a
Yes,
question
okay,
of
honorable
prosperity
member.
and family planning.
माननीय प्रधान जी
Thank you very much. So that's what I would like to
धन्यवाद
tell कि it's not cushioning
माननीय
the
नेता
federalism.
प्रतिपक्ष माननीय नेता प्रतिपक्ष
ऑपोजिशन
Thank you
ये
for recognition,
भेदभाव
Speaker, sir.
बंद करो
नेता प्रतिपक्ष
बंद करो
बंद करो
ऑनरेबल लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन बोलिए
थैंक यू स्पीकर सर। प्रधान जी ने कहा था कि हम डिवीजन को मत बोलो नॉर्थ और साउथ, लेकिन इंडिया एक है। लेकिन अगर आप इंडिया को एक बोल रहे हो तो आप इक्वल रिप्रेजेंटेशन क्यों नहीं दे रहे? ऐसा क्यों है कि एब्सोल्यूट नंबर्स में आप रिप्रेजेंटेशन दे रहे हो साउथ और सारे साउथ के लिए, लेकिन अगर आप रिलेटिवली कंपेयर करेंगे तो साउथ के स्टेट्स बिल्कुल ही कम रिप्रेजेंटेशन होगा। और ये सिर्फ एक पनिशमेंट हो जाएगी क्योंकि हमारे सारे साउथ के नेता बहुत सारे मतलब जो भी रूल्स दिए गए थे प्रधान जी रिगार्डिंग द पॉपुलेशन कंट्रोल इन सबको फॉलो किया था। और अगर आप मतलब इंक्रीज कर भी दोगे तो ये जो फंड्स की एलोकेशन होगी द स्टेट्स विद हायर मतलब उनके पास ज्यादा फंड
धन्यवाद धन्यवाद
उनके पास फंड्स ही नहीं जाएगा क्योंकि वी आर लेस रिप्रेजेंटेशन कंपेयर टू द नॉर्थ।
Thank you. Yes, honorable member Siani. Okay, wait, honorable member Siani.
Thank you, sir, for allowing me.
1 minute, honorable. Whoever's mic is on, please mute it. इसका भी mic on है, please mute. अभी ये किसका mic on है? Kindly figure out whose mic is on. I'll mute.
That's Samsung SM.
Zamin. Okay, I muted. Yes, honorable member Siani.
Thank you, sir, for allowing me. ऑपोजिशन जो बार बार फेडरलिज्म के एस्पेक्ट पे सवाल उठा रही है, हम उसको आंसर भी कर चुके हैं, पर फिर भी आई वुड लाइक टू रीइटरेट द पॉइंट। आर्टिकल 82 ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इटसेल्फ डिमांड्स डिलिमिटेशन आफ्टर एवरी सेंसस, एंड अभी 2026 के सेंसस के बाद भी डिलिमिटेशन होना इस धारा के अंतर्गत जरूरी है। उसके बाद ये जो आर्टिकल 82 है वो कहीं पर भी रिप्रेजेंटेशन स्टेट्स के रिप्रेजेंटेशन के मुद्दे को लेकर नहीं बात करता है। इट डज नॉट मेंशन एनीवेयर रिगार्डिंग द इक्वल प्रोपोर्शन ऑफ रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ स्टेट्स, क्योंकि इट हैज ऑलवेज बीन इंश्योर्ड विद द प्रेजेंस ऑफ राज्यसभा इन आवर पार्लियामेंट। राज्यसभा किस लिए है? राज्यसभा इज कॉल्ड द काउंसिल ऑफ स्टेट्स। काउंसिल ऑफ स्टेट्स का मतलब ही यही है कि सारे स्टेट्स को यूनियन लेजिस्लेचर में इक्वल रिप्रेजेंटेशन मिले। इसीलिए ये बिल, ये सर जस्ट 10 सेकेंड सर, इसीलिए ये बिल लोकसभा के हाउस ऑफ पीपल होने के नाते 1 वोट 1 वैल्यू के प्रिंसिपल पर बेस्ड है। थैंक यू सर।
Honorable member Niyati Solanki, 1.30 minutes. Give your.
Thank you, sir. Honorable Speaker, sir, I rise today not to oppose women's reservation. In fact, I believe women deserve representation at the earliest possible opportunity. However, I wish to question the government's changing position regarding its implementation. When Parliament passed the Nari Shakti Vandana Adhiniyam in 2023, that is also called the 106th Amendment Act, the government itself argued that women's reservation would come into force only after a fresh census and the subsequent delimitation clause. I'll also read out the relevant provisions that was inserted by the 106th Amendment Act. According to Article 334A, subclause 1, The provisions relating to reservations of seats for women shall come into effect after an exercise of delimitation is undertaken for this purpose, after the relevant figures for the first census taken after the commencement of the Constitution 106th Amendment Act 2023 have been published. I'll also translate this in Hindi. संविधान के अनुच्छेद 334A उपनिषद सब क्लॉज 1 में लिखा है कि महिलाओं के लिए आरक्षण तभी लागू होगा जब 2023 के संविधान संशोधन अधिनियम के बाद होने वाली पहली जनगणना दैट इज सेंसस के आंकड़े प्रकाशित हो जाएंगे और उसके बाद परिसनियम दैट इज डिलिमिटेशन की प्रक्रिया पूरी हो. Now, today, through this amendment, the same government asks Parliament to rely on the 2011 census instead. My question is simple. If the 2011 census is sufficient today, why was it not sufficient when the government itself drafted the law in 2023?
Yes, thank you, Honorable Member. Point of order, Honorable Member Anjali Rathi.
Hello.
Yes, camera on करिए. Camera.
Sir, I have a technical issue that I'm not able to switch on camera today.
So then you will get only 7 seconds. One line.
Okay, sir. Sir, like I mentioned in the chat itself, the ruling party is not answering our questions. That why is women reservation bill is linked to delimitation bill. Like even after 75 years of freedom, we need delimitation and census to give reservation to women. Why this can't be
Okay,
separated?
we will take this answer from the Honorable Minister itself. Honorable Minister Shreya Mukherjee.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, I think probably my answer has not reached to the opposition member because clearly I wrote the same answer in the chat itself. So if she had gone through the chats of like the very first meeting, she would have already known her answer by now.
Okay, Honorable Member, no, noted. Okay. Honorable
Sir,
Member.
Please.
Yes. Yes, okay.
So the message that she's talking about that she posted in the chat box, I would like to state sir point of information कि उन्होंने लिखा था latest population report, but report 2011 की है, which is not at all a latest report.
Okay, Honorable Member. Yeah. So सदन की कार्यवाही को आगे बढ़ाते हैं. Honorable members, the list which was received by the honorable leaders of the house, we have मैंने बतौर अध्यक्ष सभी माननीय सदस्य जिनके नाम मेरे पास है सभी सदस्यों को इनफ समय देने का कार्य मैंने किया. With this, I have concluded with all the list of speakers. जिनके नाम मुझे सत्ता पक्ष और विपक्ष दोनों से आए थे. माननीय सदस्यगण, the house stands adjourned to meet again at 9:10 p.m. for legislative business for voting. That time only the honorable minister will reply to the discussion. Thank you. 9:10 p.m.
Speaker sir, point of parliamentary inquiry.
Yes, yes.
Speaker sir, मुझे opportunity नहीं दिया गया था speech देने के लिए.
मैंने शिवानी बोला था ना, तो कोई नहीं रिस्पॉन्ड किया.
नहीं सर, मतलब आप usually
I will allow you as a leader of the party after the minister replies the discussion to give final stance of the opposition. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, one more clarification I want to give. जब legislative business हो 9:10 p.m. को दोनों विधेयक वोटिंग के लिए रखे जाएंगे, चाहे वो 130th कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट हो या डिलिमिटेशन हो. सबसे पहले मतलब डिवीजन मतलब वोटिंग के लिए रखते वक्त दोनों बिल अलग अलग रखे जाएंगे. ठीक है. तो जो ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर जिन्होंने 130th कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट बिल कल पेश किया था, ठीक है, तो वो उसके लिए वो टेबल अलग करेंगे उसको, और उसके बाद डिलिमिटेशन को अलग टेबल करेंगे. ठीक है. पर जब डिवीजन होंगे तब डिवीजन एक साथ होंगे दोनों के. ठीक है. बट टेबल किए जाएंगे तब अलग अलग टेबल किए जाएंगे. Is it clear? Take a note. We will contact since the house is adjourned. Thank you.
Honorable
the
Speaker.
house.
Honorable Speaker, I'm extremely sorry to interrupt, but if you could ask the opposition members to kindly put their questions which they are asking the answers for, that would be really helpful.
Okay, they can send on the Lok Sabha WhatsApp group. You can note
Sure,
it down from there only. Okay, please share it on Lok Sabha WhatsApp group. Honorable members, the House will meet again at 9:10 p.m. for legislative business on 138 Constitutional Amendment Bill as well as the Delimitation Bill 2026. All the honorable members are requested to be present for the same. No late entries will be allowed since the lobbies will be closed. The House stands adjourned until 9:10 p.m. Thank you. अभी मैं आग्रह करता हूँ माननीय नेता प्रतिपक्ष की वो अपनी बात सदन के समक्ष रखे। 2 मिनट्स।
जी सर। थैंक यू फॉर द रिकग्निशन स्पीकर सर। मैं यही कहना चाहती हूँ कि 2024 की लोकसभा इलेक्शंस में 543 सीट्स में 504 विनर्स करोड़पति थे। 93% के जो भी एमपीज थे वो बहुत करोड़पति हो गए थे। एमपी के एवरेज सीट 20 करोड़ रुपए और रिचेस्ट जो राज्यसभा के एमपी है उनके 80 करोड़ के एसेट्स है, ये माना जाता है। और ये पार्लियामेंट जो सिर्फ 543 लोगों की आवाज सुनती है, हर एक मिनट में 2.5 लाख रुपए खर्च होती है हर एक मिनट पार्लियामेंट मतलब प्रोग्रेस करने के लिए, पार्लियामेंट सेशन होने के लिए। और ये सारे पैसे टैक्स पेयर्स के पैसे है और हमारा पैसा और आपका पैसा है, सारा ये भारत देशों की वासियों, सारे भारत सिटीजन्स के पैसा है। और ये बात करते हैं इस बिल की जो 2011 का सेंसस है। 2011 का डेटा याद करने के लिए मतलब 2011 डेटा जो है वो 15 साल पुराना है। तब तो स्मार्टफोन भी नहीं थे और आधार भी कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ था, कोविड नहीं था, तो तब मिलियंस ऑफ इंटरनल माइग्रेशन जो हो रहे थे वो भी रिकॉर्ड नहीं हुआ था। तो अगर आप इस आउटडेटेड और अनवेरीफाइड डेटा पर गवर्नमेंट पूरे देश की सीट बाउंड्रीज मतलब खींचेंगे तो वो बहुत अनरिलेवेंट होगा। और सबसे बड़ा धोखा तो सदर्न स्टेट्स के लिए साथ हो रहा है। तमिलनाडु की फर्टिलिटी रेट 1.7, केरला की 1.8। उन्हें हर गवर्नमेंट की पॉपुलेशन फॉलो किया है। रिजल्ट तमिलनाडु की सीट 39 से घटाकर 31 हो जाता है, केरला के 20 से और 20 से लेकर 15 तक। और उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार जिनकी TFR आज भी 34 है, उन्हें रिवॉर्ड नहीं मिल रहा है। जो स्टेट रेस्पॉन्सिबल था उसे सजा मिल रही है और जो स्टेट ने पॉपुलेशन कंट्रोल नहीं किया उसे इनाम मिल रहा है। ये फेडरलिज्म का मर्डर है। लेकिन हॉनरेबल मेंबर्स, हम वुमेन रिजर्वेशन के खिलाफ बिल्कुल नहीं बोल रहे, हम बिल के खिलाफ है। हमारा एक सिंपल सोल्यूशन है, एक वुमेन रिजर्वेशन को आज इस वक्त 543 मेंबर एग्जिस्टिंग सीट्स पे इम्प्लीमेंट करो कि किसी सेंसस का, किसी डिलिमिटेशन का इंतजार मत करो। और ओबीसी और माइनॉरिटी महिलाओं को ये सब कोटा डालो, या फिर वरना ये रिजर्वेशन सिर्फ इलाइट ड्राइंग्स के लिए मानी जाएगी। और मेरा यही प्रस्ताव है कि रूलिंग मेरा कुछ सॉल्यूशंस उनके बिल पर ड्राफ्ट करें। एक डिजिटल रोलिंग सेंसस एवरी 5 years, जो इंडिया के सेंसस है मिनिमम 10 year मैनुअल एक्सरसाइज होगा और लास्ट 2011 में हुआ था। अगर आप आधार और UIDAI के मुखांतर ये सेंसस को डिजिटल करेंगे तो बहुत ही आसान हो जाएगा। और जो सेंसस 2 साल या 2 से ज्यादा साल लगने वाली थी, अभी बहुत आसानी से हो सकता है। और ओबीसी और माइनॉरिटी की सब कोटा को भी डाल देना 33% वुमेन रिजर्वेशन के साथ। ये मेरी बात है एज ऑपोजिशन।
थैंक यू ऑनरेबल लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन। अब मैं आग्रह करता हूं कि माननीय युवा गवर्नेंस मंत्री मिस श्रेया कृपया इस चर्चा का जवाब दे। Kindly reply to the discussion.
Honorable Speaker, I thank all the honorable members for their questions. Interestingly, सारे questions ही start हो रहे हैं कि government ये क्यों कर रही है, but every proposed alternative ends with लेट्स वेट अ लिटिल लॉन्गर, थोड़ा वेट कर ही सकते हैं. इट सीम्स द ऑपोजिशंस commitment to women's representation always starts tomorrow and the tomorrow never comes. First, why only 33% and not 50%? Because 33% is a constitutional minimum, not a ceiling. Constitutional reforms are built through broad political consensus. Nothing prevents a future parliament from increasing the quota. Second, why use the 2011 census? The government's objective is to avoid further delay. The 2011 census is the latest officially available nationwide data set. If it can be constitutionally adopted to expedite implementation, why should women wait for another census? Third, बिल को डिलिमिटेशन से क्यों, विमेन्स बिल को क्यों डिलिमिटेशन के साथ लिंक किया जा रहा है? Because reserved constituencies must be identified and rotated fairly. Without delimitation, selecting reserved constituencies would itself be questioned as arbitrary. तब आप फिर से गवर्नमेंट को बोलेंगे and that process is never gonna end. Fourth, what about seat rotation affecting accountability? Okay, accountability is to the people during the representative's tenure, not to the permanence of a constituency. MPs have contested from different constituencies before. Public service does not end because a constituency rotates. Fifth, what about proxy representation? This is the final question. Yes, I believe that there are instances in local bodies, but the answer to misuse is better empowerment and not denying women's representation. Parliament operates under great public scrutiny, party accountability, media oversight, constitutional responsibility. And अगर dynamic politics से आपका concern है, let's fight the dynasty everywhere, not when women enter politics. One thing that I have seen the opposition do a million times during this whole meeting is that they think that states are school students. उनका report card निकलता है, performance के basis में उन लोगों को prize दिया जाता है या उन लोगों को award नहीं दिया जाता. Okay, that's great, but let me tell you, political representation is based on population and cannot be disconnected from the population. It is, we agree that states who have performed really well in controlling their population would be given incentives by the union government, but that cannot stop political representation and that cannot disconnect it from the population. Yo, Honorable Speaker, the choice before this House is very clear. Action over delay, representation over rhetoric, and I rest my case. Thank you.
धन्यवाद माननीय मंत्री जी. जिससे पहले before the bills are officially tabled on the House for the floor of voting, few instructions Honorable Secretary General will be reading out both in Hindi and English as well. But before that, few things that needs to be clarified. When y'all are asked to cast the vote, the link will be opened only for 5 minutes. Y'all have to create a username and a password. Make sure that username and password that you are using now, same username and password you has to be used henceforth while you are casting the vote. So whatever username and password you all will be uploading there. So note it down and keep for further reference in future sessions. Okay, now first the 130th constitutional amendment bill will be tabled. Okay, then we will allow the minister to table the delimitation bill. Okay, once the bills are tabled, then the speaker will open, the Secretary General will read out the instructions, and then the electronic voting portal will be open. After that, it will be open for only 5 minutes. The time will be specified, and after casting the vote, the division will stop. When the speaker says lobby बंद कर दी गई है, that time, that means no entries. Entries are locked, like no members can come in. Okay, so yeah. लॉबिया बंद कर दी गई है. अब माननीय महासचिव जी मतदान पे सूचना देंगे. ऑनरेबल सेक्रेटरी जनरल प्लीज.
धन्यवाद माननीय अध्यक्ष जी. माननीय सदस्यों, अब सदन में विचाराधीन विषय पर डिजिटल मतदान की प्रक्रिया प्रारंभ की जा रही है. सभी माननीय सदस्यों को सूचित किया जाता है कि आपके सामने स्क्रीन पर एक QR कोड प्रदर्शित किया जाएगा. सभी सदस्य कृपया तुरंत उस QR कोड को अपने पंजीकृत उपकरण से स्कैन करें. स्कैन करने के बाद मतदान इंटरफेस खुलेगा, जिसमें आपको 3 विकल्प देखने को मिलेंगे। आई मतलब समर्थन, नो यानी विरोध, या अब्स्टेन या मतलब तटस्थ। सभी माननीय सदस्य निर्देशित है कि वे एक साथ और सावधानी पूर्ण अपना मत दर्ज करें। मतदान के लिए केवल 5 मिनट का समय निर्धारित किया गया है। निर्धारित समय समाप्त होने के बाद कोई भी मत स्वीकार नहीं किया जाएगा। मतदान समाप्त होने के पश्चात प्रणाली द्वारा तैयार डिजिटल रिकॉर्ड संकलित एवं सत्यापित किया जाएगा, जिसके बाद परिणामों की पुष्टि हेतु हेड काउंट किया जाएगा। सभी सदस्यों से अनुरोध है कि वे मतदान प्रक्रिया के दौरान अनुशासन एवं समय पालन बनाए रखें। Honorable members of the House shall now proceed to the digital voting procedure on the matter under consideration. All honorable members are here informed that a QR code will be displayed on the screen. Members are requested to immediately scan the QR code using their registered devices. Upon scanning, the voting interface will open with 3 options: I, No, and Abstain. All honorable members are directed to cast their votes simultaneously and with due care. The voting window shall remain open for a period of 5 minutes only. No vote shall be accepted after the expiry of the stipulated time. After closing of voting, the system-generated digital record shall be compiled and verified, followed by a formal head count in the House for confirmation of results. All members are requested to maintain discipline and punctuality during the voting procedure. अब मतदान की प्रक्रिया प्रारंभ की जाती है. The voting process now commences.
QR कोड आपके स्क्रीन पे विजिबल होगा. The QR code is displayed on the screens.